We are very pleased to have signed this agreement, which manifests and reflects the friendly relations and the long-standing cooperation and partnership between the Philippines and India. On behalf of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and the entire Filipino people, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude and appreciation to the government of the Republic of India on the financial grant for the implementation of these quick impact projects that will immensely benefit the local communities in the Philippines. This grant funding window is actually a first of its kind and a much needed intervention for the Department of the Interior and local government, and more so to our local government units, which are now expected to take bolder steps and realize full devolution in view of the Philippine Supreme Court ruling in 2018. This grant is a massive reinforcement to our current efforts as we help them in the discharge of their devolved functions so as not to impede public service. Mga kababayan, ito po ay tinatawag nating quick impact. Ang ibig sabihin ay malakas kagad at mararamdaman ng ating mga kababayan. I was training them as ambassador to our countrymen that the concept is quick impact, on which they will immediately feel the effects of this grant. And we hope that this will really go to those LGUs that need most. Yung mga kinakailangan, maramdaman kagad sa ating mga kababayan na nangangailangan ng tulong. Walang kuryente, walang tubig, walang kalye. Those who are poor, LGUs, those who have no electricity, no water, and even those with roads that they need most. While short gestation projects are normally expected to yield immediate and tangible results in the long run, their impact extends way beyond those physical and social infrastructures that we put up. More than anything, this facilitates the achievement of more realistic outcomes where we'll see more Filipino families enjoy a healthy, stable, and comfortable life. Where more children get quality education and become productive members of the society. And where more people develop a strong sense of community, these and more others are what this agreement essentially aspires for. And from our end, we will strive hard and ensure our strong resolve that the intentions of this agreement will be carried out and the interests of our target communities will be upheld. Of course, all of this could not have been made possible without these key actors who negotiated and facilitated the signing of this agreement. Thus, I would like to commend, it's been close to 2 years now, of course, our Assistant Secretary, Francisco Cruz, representing the Philippine government, and Councilor in Economic Commerce, 𝐍𝐀𝐍, representing the Indian government, for painstakingly working to ensure that this agreement captures the common vision of both countries to bring development to the communities and raise the quality of life of every Filipino. I would also like to commend as well our partner agencies who have provided constant guidance and support to the department, to Department of Finance Undersecretary Mark Dennis Oben, to the NEDA Undersecretary Joseph Capuno, and DFA Assistant Secretary Nathaniel Imperial. Hindi kayo tumigil. It has been close to 2 years now. Ngayon, nagbunga na maganda ito. It has been 2 years, and now we will see the fruits of their hard labor. Thank you so much. Likewise, we're very optimistic that this will not be our last engagement with your country, Mr. Ambassador. As the Department of the DILG is very open to explore more opportunities with you, not just cooperation and partnerships in promoting good governance and local economic development, but also in the peace and order and public safety and security fronts, including disaster preparedness and response, among areas within the mandate and under the purview of our department. This is just a beginning of our ever-growing ties, and it is my sincere hope that the relationship between India and the Philippines will continue to reach new heights. On that note, let me thank you once again, His Excellency, our friends from the Indian Embassy, for joining us in this signing ceremony, and we look forward to having more exchanges between our governments and our people in pursuit of our common goals and our shared values. Maraming salamat.
Station. Not far away from here was when I made my first call on President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. And I could sense right from the beginning his interest in development. And we had a very long discussion on the development trajectory in India. And he was full of questions, and we spoke about agriculture, we spoke about health, we spoke about education, we spoke about rural development in the broader sense, urban development. And I could sense that this new energy of this administration, as represented very ably by you, Honorable Secretary, will provide great momentum into this bilateral partnership. And we in India are very, very keenly looking forward to build a very strong, a very diverse and deep partnership with this fellow democracy in Asia and the Indo-Pacific, the Philippines. India and the Philippines, as has been mentioned, we have centuries of interactions. Our interactions are almost millennia old. But the unique element of these interactions is that they've always been peaceful and that they've always mutually enriched our societies. We interacted in terms of spirituality and culture, cuisine, a wide range of economic activity, trade. And this relationship now, as we enter the 21st century, becomes even more salient because we are now talking about South-South cooperation between developing countries. And for India, this step to engage in development cooperation with the Philippines is a message from the people of India, the government of India, of friendship and solidarity as we tackle the problems that we face, the challenges that we face together. Because we would like to, as India as a developing country, our development cooperation will work entirely with the priorities of the Philippines government. Because we understand that the Philippines government is the best judge, the best placed to decide on the priorities. So we will work this program entirely within your priorities and at the pace and the momentum that you would like. Secondly, I'd like to say that the quantum of the cooperation that we are currently looking at is only the beginning, and I think as the future this can increase. We have done similar projects in other countries of much larger scale within the same parameter. So I'd like to see this roadmap ahead of larger and deeper cooperation in terms of development. The other point I'd like to say is that India and the Philippines are both democracies. So our development experience is not comparable to other countries in a different governing framework. So in democracies, people are at the center. And we in India see the India-Philippines partnership primarily as a people-centric partnership. That all actions of our government, of our governments, and our partnership should work towards the benefit of the larger sections of our people. And that is why I think this agreement provides the framework for us to bring some of India's development experience and share that with the Philippines in your own development journey. And in this context, I'd like to particularly mention that in India we have recently successfully managed to leverage new and digital technologies to empower local communities, whether it be in terms of financial inclusion, whether it be in terms of skill development, whether it be in terms of using e-governance to benefit the common person. And I am hopeful that this window of funding can be leveraged to bring some of those technological interventions, those digital breakthroughs at the local government level to the Philippines, and those can then be scaled up by Filipino entities and the Philippines government to the larger canvas of development here.